The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Beauty. I'm your host, Sharon, owner of Green Envy Salon and Spa, which I'd like to let everybody know we are now at our new location at 345 Amherst Street. We are offering lots of extra services, spa treatments, so check out our website or feel free to call the salon at 603-921-6007. And our today's guest is Dawn Reeby of Young Living. So welcome back to the show, Dawn.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going great. Great.
See a little something
A
shiny,
little blingy.
bling. Congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
I'm very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's new in the Young Living world with you these days?
Well, we're heading out to Vegas for a women in business training. Excited about that.
Who's
And
putting on that show in Vegas that you're actually going to?
Eric Worre, so
Okay.
a network marketing professional, and there's, I want to say, a couple dozen female speakers, women entrepreneurs, helping other women entrepreneurs. So, and it's not Young Living focused; it's really business focused,
Right.
which makes it really nice. So, yeah, so we're excited about that. We went out there to see Tony Robbins and some other folks in December. So, I'm excited to go back out there.
Tony Robbins has been around a long time, huh?
Yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Like before I went out to Vegas the first time, I'm like, oh, is it going to be like, like funky and spiritual, like the weirdness behind some of these things that you go to? And I'm like, they jump around a lot, they get healed. Like, what is this all about?
Right.
It's kind of weird. But when we went out there, it was phenomenal. We were literally jumping up and down, and connecting with people that we had never connected with before, inspired like we'd never been inspired before. Came back and built our businesses. So it was an incredible experience. Yeah.
So you're going to even be more motivated. So I think that's really important to attend things like that because it really does keep you driven.
Yeah.
Same with me. I go to Aveda seminars, or I'm going to one March 20th in Waltham, Mass. For Aveda. So it just kind of keeps your knowledge, keeps you going, keeps you educated, excited. You leave there and you're like, I want to conquer the world now, right?
Yes, yes. When you design your own life, it's important to design it with education and continuous growth. And when you go down to, would you say Waltham?
Yep.
When you go down there, you're around other people who love what you're doing and want to build each other up. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
I love doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it's great.
I haven't been to Vegas yet. That's on my bucket list.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a time delay out there, so you get to stay awake a long time.
Yeah.
Because everything starts at like 10 o'clock. Like
right? At night, right?
It's crazy. No, classes start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they go till like 11 o'clock at night, which is a few-hour delay, so it's like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like,
So what's a typical, do people like do the red-eye flight? Like, what is the red-eye? Is that a night flight into like 3 a.m. and you get there then?
So I'm doing the red-eye to come home. So I'll leave Vegas at around 9:30 at night, and then I'll arrive in Boston close to 6 in the morning. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Because I think it's a 3-hour delay or 2 or 3 hour delay. So,
yeah.
But it's so worth it because you come even at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to go. Like, what can I do now? And pass out for a little while.
Right.
Spend time with the family. Get that portion of my cup filled, and then go and be wild.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So how long are you going to be there for?
It's 3 days.
3 days. Really?
A 3-day. Yep. And training from back to back, which just Gloria Mayfield, just some of the most inspiring women in business, offering their insight, offering their motivation, what happens. I mean, so we talk about women in business. I mean, you're a woman in business, and it's hard. It's hard work sometimes, and you got to figure out, how to get the right people on the bus. You got to figure out how to, once they're on the bus, where's the compass? Where's the bus going? What's the direction of the bus?
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
Yeah, and so being continuously reminded through inspiring events and people to keep that big vision in mind is key. And yes, training is important, and to be in training around other or with other businesswomen is just phenomenal. So.
Right. You know, we were talking earlier about, you know, what it's like to keep your staff when you own your own business, or you're, you know, you're thriving within yourself when you own your own business. You have a passion about what you do. You love what you do. How do you spread that within your own team of people, right?
You don't. What you do is you find people who are already inspired and or help them find their inspiration.
Right.
So what I find is when you're trying to inspire other people, that doesn't work. But if you find people who are legitimately wanting something more, like in your business, to be the most successful esthetician ever, like that's what you hold on to, and you just steer them. They're the right person, you put them on the bus, and you're just steering them in the right direction. So you don't have to motivate anybody. The motivation comes from within.
Right.
You know?
You know, when you do go to these seminars, though, sometimes it's just that right verbiage from somebody, or that right sentence, you know, that they, you know, said really kind of triggers you. You're like, wow, you know, I never really thought of it that way.
Yes. And I'll tell you the one verbiage that stuck with me the last time I came back from Vegas. It was Tony Robbins said, replace expectation with appreciation. And so this concept of we expect so much out of people, sometimes of ourselves, like, you know, our parents, we expect them to be a certain way, or our employees or our friends or whatever. You know, we have all these expectations that we're often, you know, they're not met, and we feel bad or badly. And so he says replacing expectations with appreciation allows you to find the jewels in people so that grows. So
especially in today's day and age. So when you're dealing with the millennials, okay?
Yes.
We have daughter, you know, millennial ages.
Yes.
And, you know, I would say mid-30s to younger now, it would be considered the millennial generation. And it's very challenging to get onto their mindset.
Yes.
Like you always have, it's like, not reward them, but they're so in tune with their cell phones, Facebook, Twitter. They're so in tune to that part of the world that it's like, come back to me. Like, you know, focus here. This is what you need to do.
Exactly. And those things aren't going away. Like, like, we're...
No, I know. Like, you know, what's going to be the next big thing, I wonder, right?
Exactly. Like, I have a little 2-year-old friend of the family, and he's flipping through his iPad, and I'm like, what?
Yes.
And he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's just wild. So we are the ones that got to refocus and figure out how we can tap in to some of those talents.
Exactly. How do we understand them?
Right, right. Well, I have to tell you, I have a 20-year-old daughter, and it wasn't always understanding. And I mean, it was tough for a while. And all you want to do is teach your kids how to be, you know, contributing to society and fulfilling their dreams, and, you know, and coming home on time. And and so I remember there was a hard place. There was a hard time. And now it's shifted. She's 20, and it has shifted, and it has changed. One, I think because I'm willing to accept the things that maybe I didn't accept before, and I actually can talk to her like she's a human being and not my child. So. And then I sprinkle some oils on me, and I'm all better.
A little stress away.
A little stress away. Yeah.
Speaking of sprinkling on things, what do you want to start with today?
Okay, so
what would be our topic of conversation, beginning with Young Living?
So I would say, you know, I know that you and I know about Young Living. We know about the high quality. That's why I went with Young Living to begin with. The sustainability of the company itself. It's a $1 billion company. It has a seed to sale process, which makes it so that it's non-GMO, chemical-free, all those amazing things. So I know we've talked about that a couple of times. But I always I want to highlight that because there are so many companies out there, and how do you choose, you know?
Right. And that say I'm this and I'm that, you know, but they may be a very, very small percentage of that.
Exactly.
So those are the things you have to look out for.
You do. And, you know, and the other thing, too, is we have a network of people that support each other. So you're not just like buying a product at a store that you think might be quality. you're buying a definite quality, therapeutic grade, chemical-free product, but you're also getting a community of people in the area locally who support you.
Right.
So I have a little one too. She's 6 years old, and I love doing science experiments with her because we kind of have like little geekiness going on sometimes at home.
Yeah.
And so we did like a volcano, and I've had customers ask, and clients and business partners ask, does the Thieves line really work? The Thieves line it's an entire line of cleaners, right? So it's floor cleaner, dish soap, hand cleaner, toothpaste, hand purifiers, laundry detergent, fruit and vegetable sprays, and so people have this concept that sometimes that there has to be a chemical in a product in order for it to work, right? In order for it to kill the germs and work. And so I have people ask me all the time, yeah, that's great that you're chemical free, but does it really work? And so as I was doing science experiments with my daughter, I'm like, this is gonna be great. We're gonna do science experiments to see exactly how the Thieves Cleaner works. And so the Thieves Cleaner that we did the experiment on is that tall one over there, and it has all of these. Yep. It has all of these oils. It has eucalyptus, lemon, cloves, cinnamon, rosemary, in it, so it smells delicious. And where we're coming up on March and spring cleaning and all that good stuff. If that's it, there you go. So it has this.
Everything smells so good.
It does. It does. And so I use 1 cap full of that, and I add it to like a spray bottle of water. Right. So they last forever and ever. So anyway, so I ordered some Petri dishes from Amazon, and so we that gives you some directions on what to do. And so we swabbed. So with these long sticks, we swabbed our floor, and we swabbed in 2 different swabs. So we swabbed our floor for like the dirt, and we swabbed the base of our toilet and the toilet seat for the dirt. And so so right now here we have the floor sample with us. And so we put the dirty swab in each of these Petri dishes right here, and wanted to compare different cleaners. So we were talking about controls and sampling, and like all like funky nerdy stuff. So essentially, this is the control. This has no cleaner in it. Right. So there's no cleaner in it. And then we added different cleaners to the other ones.
As you went down.
Yep. So we added a general cleaner that you'll find in every household in this one. We added apple cider vinegar to the next Petri dish. And then we added the Thieves Cleaner to the final Petri dish. And waited 2 weeks. And then, so we waited 2 weeks, we found some amazing results, and then we decided to wait another week. So tomorrow it'll actually be a full 3 weeks.
Right.
So right now, what I'm about to show you is just about 3 weeks.
Right.
And so what Petri dishes do is they create an environment where bacteria can grow.
Okay.
And so we swabbed the floor, and do you want to see this?
Yeah.
So we swabbed the floor, and after almost 3 weeks, this is the first Petri dish. And so I think, oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's
oh my God, that's
amazing.
Gross. That's so gross. And it smells, and it smells terrible. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my clean floor. That's my floor after not being clean for a week. So we typically clean our floors once a week, which I'm sure most people do.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe every other week.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, so here's the swab. Here's what my floor looks like in bacteria life, right? After a week. Disgusting. But what we found is some other things were very disgusting too. So we found that what we thought was, so some folks who, in me, even in the past, I've used traditional cleaners on my floor.
Right.
And so this next one is so we put the swab of the floor in here, and then we cleaned it with a general spray cleaner, and then left it. And this is almost 3 weeks later. Check this out.
Yeah. Not clean.
So you can see growth happening in what's a traditional floor cleaner, right?
Right.
And so maybe that's typical, like, you hope not, but you're like, okay, I can, maybe some bacteria, this gives like all new weight to that saying, the 5-second rule.
Right, yeah. Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, apple cider vinegar. Everybody cleans with apple cider vinegar. I love apple cider vinegar for internal use. I love it for cleaning. And so after 2 weeks, the apple cider vinegar, actually, it worked. There was no growth after 2 weeks. But there was this film on the bottom of the plate, on the bottom of the Petri dish. And I'm like, okay, so it's clean, but there's there's a
Right.
film. Well, now it's been almost 3 weeks, and check out the apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
All right. So now there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 or 12 bacteria or growth spots there, and they're just growing and growing. Ugh, do you smell it?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, let's check out this last Petri dish. And so that has the Thieves Cleaner, which is the one that you saw there. So if you go ahead and lift that up, there's nothing. There's zero. There's zilch. It's incredible. And no one paid me to do this experiment. This was my daughter and I, the 6-year-old, trying to figure out like a fun way to do science
Yeah,
experiment.
and that's fun.
And it's
like,
fun.
oh my.
And it's fun. So I put this on our Facebook page, or on my Facebook page, and like 2 days later, there was almost 2,000 views. And I had all these requests from folks saying, can you do this experiment with Pine Sol? Can you do this experiment with Clorox? And naming all these different cleaners that they wanted me to do the experiment with. And here's the thing.
Right. Bottom line.
Bottom line is you can use whatever you want. You can go buy the Petri dishes yourself and do this experiment.
Right.
Bottom line is the Thieves is going to create an environment where bacteria is not going to grow back. And so these environments, whatever traditional cleaner you have, and even the apple cider vinegar, eventually you see that growth, that bacteria growth coming back. And so
Well, because apple cider vinegar is not. It's not a cleaning agent.
no, but so
It's
many.
something that you can put into your body.
It is.
So
Yeah. But a lot of folks who are moving toward more natural lifestyles will use apple cider vinegar to clean with some baking soda to clean like the tub or the toilet.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, we'll test that out too. And so I love apple cider vinegar, but now I'm like, it only gives me 2 weeks.
Right.
It only gave me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the Thieves, it's been almost 3 weeks, and it's still clean. And I don't know if you noticed, but when we lifted the caps of these, it stunk.
Yeah.
I left the cap of the Thieves, and I could still smell all of these oils, the
Yeah.
cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus.
So these are all the oils that are involved in
Yep.
the Thieves
Yep.
line.
Yep.
Okay.
So rosemary is phenomenal for your hair, actually. So we make a lot of hair products out of that, as well as so many other things. If you Google rosemary essential oil, you'll find so many benefits to rosemary.
Is this one that you can take? That you can.
So we do have a vitality version of lots of the oils. So the lemon, the clove, the cinnamon, rosemary. If there's a vitality version of it, yes, you can take it internally.
Okay.
And so then it also has cinnamon bark in it. And this is a metabolism booster, the vitality version. But it also smells great.
Yeah.
We played around a lot with this one around Christmas time,
Yeah.
remember, with the orange, and it was really yummy. So I'll put a drop of cinnamon in vitality cinnamon in my oatmeal if I'm doing oatmeal that day, or I'll sprinkle it right on some eggs, some egg whites. Gives it a little flavor, so I don't have to add any salt or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then it revs up the metabolism, which is
Cool.
nice. Yeah,
Because I eat that every day.
you do.
Eggs and oatmeal. Yeah.
All right. So there you go. You could sprinkle a little cinnamon right on
Yeah.
top. Clove. Oh my gosh! If you Google clove, there's so many internal benefits and external, for that matter. Whenever I research clove, I always find research on teeth. Right. So think about that. Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes. You may, in particular.
Huh.
Clove was one of the oils used a long time ago, before medicines existed.
Which is mind blowing to me that this stuff was available.
yes,
And like, how did they? You know what I mean?
yes,
Like,
yes. Like back in the day, humans actually used the earth
yeah, right.
and the properties that Mother Nature gave us to support our systems. And nowadays, you talk about the millennials, right? Like nowadays, we're in a culture that turns to medicine. Oh, I'm stressed, I have to take medicine. Oh, I'm sick, I got to take medicine. I can't sleep, I got to take medicine. And so I'm not a doctor, and I'm not here to treat, diagnose, cure, or anything of that nature.
Yeah.
But there are so many ways that we can support our bodies naturally through food and through seeing food as fuel rather than as like a treat, kind of what you do with your working out. So there's so many plants that can support us in so many positive ways. I mean, the eucalyptus, for instance, can open up some of our airways.
I know, but it's like visibly, I think of like an aloe plant, like you can actually visibly see it, but in others you can't.
Right. Do you remember the aloe plants? Did you have one in your house when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And you'd fall and they'd snap off the aloe.
Right, that was always
rub it
still,
on your
but
leg.
that was the only thing that I can relate to as far as this goes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So essentially we're bottling up that plant, the root, the stems, the petals, and putting it in an easily accessible bottle so you can carry it around with you anywhere.
Yeah.
The funny thing about oils, though, is that it's the new craze right now. So you'll see it everywhere. You'll see, all these shops selling oils, and because it's an unregulated environment or industry rather, only 5% has to be oil for folks to call this 100% natural. So I feel bad sometimes when folks will go out and they'll buy some oils and think that they're supporting their systems when in fact it's a perfume or some GMOs that are in that bottle.
Right. Talking about supporting your system and great things with the Young Living oils, that we are now offering the Raindrop Therapy at our salon
love it.
with the oils, so we can touch base
Yes.
briefly on that. So lemon, I also have at the salon that we put in our water.
Yes. Yep.
It's amazing. We also use the vapor humidifier for
Yep.
stress away. So
Yes.
it's always a relaxing experience when you come to the salon. But yeah, I'm excited for the Raindrop Therapy, which really is an upcoming in this area. Like you see it in Colorado and different parts of the world, but in this area it hasn't been a big deal. So
Right. When I was in New Mexico, they had Raindrop down there, and you're right, Arizona, like all those areas, they're a little bit ahead of us over there. But I am beyond excited that you are incorporating Raindrop. Raindrop is a it's not necessarily massage. It's kind of like the pre-massage, but it's this process that just aligns and eliminates toxins. It's a detoxing process, and the fact that you offer it in your salon makes you unique. I have seen a couple of salons incorporate, one or two in the East Coast incorporate Raindrop, but they don't use quality oils, and so you're not getting the full benefit. So the fact that you use the Young Living oils in Raindrop. So in Raindrop, there's oregano. There's one of them's called Valor, and it's for alignment.
You're gonna smell like a little,
Pasta shop.
pasta sauce. Yeah.
Yes, and it
You
is.
feel a little spicy.
You feel it a little
relaxed.
spicy. You will definitely feel relaxed. I can't wait to see what you have in store. How that's going to work out in terms of bringing a different group of people into your business, because there's people who are looking for natural wellness love the concept of Raindrop.
Yeah.
And so that's just going to be a phenomenal connection, because they're going to see all the other amazing things that you offer that are in alignment with that as well.
Right,
So,
right. Yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, Maki, one of our estheticians, she's experienced in the Raindrop, and Melissa and everybody else is very excited to learn and so they can offer it as well. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I was trained in Raindrop from a woman, Pam, who came down from New York or over or up or from New York, and just a phenomenal experience. And I was only in the training. I wasn't the full recipient. We did received it a little bit, but man, the experience that you're going to give your people, I'm so excited.
Well, not only the experience, but I think it would be important to what is the meaning? Why Raindrop Therapy?
Yeah. So Raindrop is just this complete detoxing of your body. So toxins that you have stored up, especially in March, April, where you're looking to detox and start, fresh, kind of like that renew for the spring, is a phenomenal time to get Raindrop to eliminate the toxins from your body and rejuvenate and start new. And the key with Raindrop is alignment and balance. So not only is it physical, so it's used like for chiropractic offices as well. So not only is it physical, but it is deeply like emotional. Like, so I have people who've experienced Raindrop who are just like, I never knew that my relationship with my mom bothered me so much, and now, you know, or whatever. You become like the root that, like, they're sitting in your seat, you're cutting their hair, and they're telling you all their business.
Yeah. So I know, because we've trained together briefly about the Raindrop Therapy. So, you know, people tuning in at home or wherever, which way you're watching this, you're basically lay on your stomach, and it's all done on your back. You can also incorporate it to the person's, you know, if they want to do the legs, the feet, and so forth. So it's an amazing experience.
It really is. And if you need it done quickly, like you were saying, the feet, there's different VitaFlex points on your feet that you could get. You wouldn't get the full extent, but you could certainly experience it through that too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, yes, you definitely have just a beautiful experience.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
yeah.
So I just wanted to touch base while we were, you know, doing the oils. I just wanted to make sure that people tuning in know that we're offering that now, and you should definitely call the salon and set up an appointment. You'd be amazed.
Yeah.
It's detoxing season.
It is. It's detoxing season. So you offer your clients are going to get some Vitality lemon water maybe, and they're going to cleanse the inside, and then they'll get their Raindrop, and they'll cleanse the outside, and, you know, jumpstart any work that they stopped doing. Like, you know, in January, everyone wants to work out, and then by February, they've stopped.
I know, right? Get back in the tune of things, you know?
Yeah.
That happened to me. I mean, with the whole move of the new salon. Today, it was the first day I've worked out in 2 weeks.
Well.
And I'm like, so it's
You've been
just
lifting and moving, though?
Oh, yeah, I've been lifting and moving and filing and all kinds of fun stuff. But
and this new salon is gorgeous.
Thank you.
Gorgeous. Like, there's a beautiful little waterfall and
very relaxing. It's you know, Main Street was beautiful. This is just a different level, offering many different services, which is really where I wanted to end up.
Yep.
So we ended up here and now, and it's going great. Yep. So we just got to get the word out there that, you know, people can get familiar with all the added services that we're doing.
And the monthly events that you have.
Yeah, calendar events will be going on my website soon. I'm really excited about that. Doing a calendar of events with Young Living, having come in, do make and takes.
Yeah.
Salt
having a nice clean environment.
Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm excited.
Me too.
Yep.
Awesome.
So what else do you want to share? So we have the soap, and I love this stuff right here.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I have people, which I don't have my bathrooms right now, but I'll need to reorder some when I run out, because I had them on Main Street.
Yes.
But and really nice foamy.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful smelling. So
yeah, and the great thing with this Thieves line is intended to support your immune system. So you're cleaning and supporting your immune system. You're washing your hands and touching your clients, supporting their immune system. It's wonderful.
It's all about the immune system support, and that is the end of our show today. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.